My name's Steve. I'm here today to seek your support and your vote. With miiCard, you can be assured that I am who I say I am. Oh, sorry. Next. There we go. We live in a digital world, but as we get more and more things happening in the internet and in the digital space, we still find we have to go offline to complete a number of things. For example, identity checks. What miiCard is a replacement for offline identity checks and KYC. Just think of the trust that you get, or your staff get, from seeing someone's photo ID, from seeing a driving license. That's what miiCard does. It does it in a real-time environment, online. It works by grandfathering the KYC process that you went through when you opened your bank account. We use that information on your online bank sign-in to prove that you are who you say you are. I'm sure all of the bankers in this room will recognize these three key problems of completing transactions or applications for products online. The first one being the high dropout rate. As soon as you move into an offline space, you get a huge dropout rate. I used to be the managing director of the Royal Bank Cards business, and I can tell you that these numbers are real. The second real pain that financial institutions face is the cost of execution. There's an organization in the UK that sends a courier out to someone's house to check the documents that they need to complete that check. And obviously, there's the ever-increasing application fraud. Let me try and make it real for you by giving you an example. So we have an example up here called National Bank. It's a completely fictitious bank, but like many of you in the audience, they sell products online. Now, many of these products online can be completed today, for example, simple savings products. However, when you come to more complex products like investments, like loans and mortgages, you do need some form of KYC offline check. National Bank uses miiCard as its form of doing that type of checking. And as you can see here, you're asked if you're a miiCard account holder to sign in to miiCard. As soon as you do that, the information we hold about you is pre-populated onto the form, and you as the applicant for the product then fill in the rest. National Bank then uses its own decision engineering through things like credit assessment to work out whether you're successful or not, and in this case, it's a current account. The application has been accepted. So what's the business opportunity for miiCard? I think it's in three different dimensions. The first one being the industry dimension, where initially we're focusing on the financial services industry. It's clear that there's a lot of pain out there in terms of online penetration, and if SWIFT members want to increase their penetration, they can use miiCard for identity checking. Geography, we're piloting in the UK, and I believe through our relationship with Yodlee, we have this distribution capability in North America. And finally, in terms of new products, new payment times over certain values. Finally, our revenue is based on a transaction fee. We will charge the vendor a transaction fee every time they use miiCard. The traction the company has achieved is enormous. 4 weeks ago, we completed an MBO at the same time as raising our first $500,000 from business angels, and we completed all of that within the space of 6 weeks. Another significant milestone for the organization is the agreement with Yodlee to form a global strategic partnership where we will be their provider of identity checking, and they will use us for the same. Our first pilot is due later this year in the UK, and we're hoping to partner before the end of the year with a credit reference agency. One of the key things about miiCard is the strength and depth of its team. James Varga, CEO, is actually a Canadian. He's got 18 years in internet and startup. Stuart Fraser, our CTO, was one of the founders of DNS, which became SecureWorks and is now part of Dell, as you know. I'm an ex-director of Royal Bank. I headed up group technology for Royal Bank, and I was a managing director of its cards business. We've got David Ball, who is the ex-director of the internet banking development at Tesco Bank, Graham Patterson, from startup companies. In addition to this board and set of executives, we've already established a very vibrant advisory board. And in terms of compliance assessment, we've got Jeremy Fraser from ING Direct, and also Ian Pearson from a regulatory point of view, who've been validating our thinking. If you are who you say you are, sign up for miiCard and give me your vote. Thank you.
All right. questions?
Do you want to speak a little bit to the bits of the business that are patentable or and defensible long run?
Sure. So I guess a bit like Change It, we found that you can't actually patent a process in Europe. So this idea has been incubating within another company for over a year, and we're 14 months through the US patent process. And so the process, the thinking behind how this works, is patent pending in the US.
Can you talk about what Yodlee saw in you that they want to partner with you on a global basis?
The company that we spun miiCard out of already had an agreement with Yodlee. And so when we came up with the idea of splitting this entity into two things, focusing one on identity and the other one on what's called Money Dashboard, they said they would support us. And as a result of that, they've got an equity stake in us. They've asked us if we will provide their identity front end to their new PFM. And so they've given us a 4-year exclusive.
I'm sure devil is in the detail, but I'm just thinking, like, how many times in my life will I actually use a miiCard?
Sure.
Mortgage, loan, credit card, bank account.
Okay. So in the 5 minutes I had, I didn't have time to go into the other industry verticals that I believe miiCard can apply to. So if you trade on eBay, if you trade with Gumtree, if you have a miiCard stamp at the bottom, is much better than having your 5 brother-in-laws sending in an email saying, yes, he's a great guy to deal with. So it helps there in terms of that type of trading fraud. And also, one of the interesting ones is in terms of employment checking. I know it takes Royal Bank of Scotland something like 4 weeks to do its employment checks before you can step through the door. If you have a miiCard as a consumer, then it's a good thing to have. So in terms of personal trading and recruitment checking, I believe there's other reasons why you would want one.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.